This is a normal Nintendo Switch, and this is an entire Nintendo Switch gaming setup. I can't stand playing on just the Nintendo Switch. The screen is way too small, and the performance on it kinda sucks. So that's exactly why I decided to build the ultimate Nintendo Switch gaming setup. So the first thing was actually this cooling fan, but I'm a little bit skeptical if it even works. Okay, first impressions of it, it honestly feels super cheap. Like, what is this, bruh? So supposedly this is like a fan. You add the little stand on the back, and then I'm pretty sure you kind of just like stick it on the top of the Nintendo Switch. And then there are a few vents on the bottom of it here, and you have to just put it on top of the Nintendo Switch fans, but it actually doesn't even stay properly. Like, you're not gonna be able to actually play on the Nintendo Switch because it will just fall off. So what you probably have to do is actually put your Nintendo Switch on the stand and charge it like this. Honestly, this seems like a piece of junk. Yeah, they didn't even send it to me charged, so we're legit gonna have to charge that right now. I'm just gonna charge this real quick and see if the fan actually turns on.
Most of you guys that watch my videos play video games every day. I do, and it's how I actually make all of my money. So what if you guys could also make money by just playing video games? You actually can very easily by using Test 'em All. It's a loyalty rewards app for mobile games. I mentioned it in a previous video and a lot of you guys already loved it. So for example, I want to try out Crowd Express boarding puzzle. So all I have to do is actually click on it, and if I click continue, it will show me to start testing where I can actually download the app. Okay, so now I just completed level 10. As you guys can see, level complete. And now if we go back in the app, you can see in the rewards, it says it will take up to 24 hours until I get all my coins. And once I have all my coins, I have actually 4,000 right now, but I can go into the rewards tab and they have a ton of different things you can get. So for example, you can go in more rewards and literally get like PayPal real money payouts. But let's say I just wanted a coupon for Temu. I can literally click on Temu and they have a ton of different coupons, like 90% off, 85% off, but I probably just want a $20 coupon. So I'm just going to click payout here, confirm. And just like that, I have a $20 coupon for Temu. So if you want to make money by playing popular mobile games, make sure to check out Test 'em All with the first link in the description and pinned comment, or you can just scan the QR code up on the screen. Not only that, but you guys get 3,999 coins for completely free just by using my links. Thanks to Test 'em All for sponsoring this video.
Hopefully this Nintendo Switch gaming headset is a little bit better. It's not even an official one. It's just from like a knockoff company that did Nintendo Switch colors. It was pretty cheap though. It was like 20 bucks. So it honestly fits the Nintendo Switch theme. Okay, first impression of this headset, it definitely feels really cheap. And you guys can see it's literally like, it's actually like deformed at the top. It's fully bent. There's like almost no foam over here. And then there's like a ton of foam here. Bro, this thing's a piece of junk, but hey, at least it matches the Nintendo Switch colors, because that's the most important thing. All right, so you supposedly just connect it into your Nintendo Switch, and wearing them, I'm not even trying to be super negative, they don't feel uncomfortable, but they're definitely not comfortable at all. And they of course have no like soundproofing. It says it has noise canceling on the box, but it sounds exactly like I'm just talking to like a normal without it. It doesn't really work that good. Now, since we're actually building an entire setup for this Nintendo Switch, we needed a actual USB adapter. So I bought this one that specifically says mouse and keyboard converter for Nintendo Switch. So it is USB. Bro, there's not even a USB on here. Dude, they literally gave me the wrong cord. There's nothing else in here. It's a USB, but the only ones on here are USB-C, so it won't plug in. What are these Nintendo Switch products, dude? They weren't even that cheap. That was probably like 15 bucks. This is actually a scam, dude. So I plan to actually plug this Nintendo Switch into a monitor, which is why I bought this adapter. It basically is a USB-C, which we have to plug in just like that, and then it will give us an HDMI, which we can easily plug into a monitor. But the only issue is we're definitely gonna need a bunch of ports with all these connections I have. And I mean, hopefully they even work, because a lot of the gadgets in this video seem kind of bad or just cheap at all. All right, so it seems like our adapter for the keyboard and mouse is working, but let's unbox a mouse and keyboard I got for the setup and actually try and plug it in. The actual keyboard, I did buy this on Amazon, and it is actually a mechanical gaming keyboard I got for a pretty good price. It still has the little arrow keys in the corner, and as you guys can hear, It's definitely a mechanical gaming keyboard. We even have a white color matched cable over here. And if I actually pull one of these switches out, you can see they actually are red switches. Honestly, for the price I paid for this, it's really good. For the mouse, of course, I had to go with the glorious one. This exact one I actually got is the Model D-, so it's the cheapest version of it. It was about $35, and it honestly is everything you could want in a mouse. It has a lightweight, kind of nicely braided cable, which is very nice. The switches sound really good. It actually feels really high quality as well. It has like a nice kind of gloss texture on it. It even has that little honeycomb style, very lightweight. So honestly, obviously this isn't sponsored, but I think for what you're paying, this mouse is actually really, really good. And to finish off the peripherals, of course, we had to go with the budget Amazon mouse pad. It is honestly, like, you can tell it is a decent size, but it is even sliding around, even though it has like rubber base on the back. It's just not that good quality, and it's a very thin mouse pad that you can see when I'm moving it like this, it just kind of moves around a little bit. And a lot of the time, mouse pads like this have really bad glide, and honestly, this one's not that bad, like, at all. But the thing is, the print quality is not the best. It's pretty thin, but the only reason you'd buy this is because of the price. It was like $10, which I don't think is that bad of a price at all. And finally, for the monitor, I actually don't have any idea where this is from. It's from a brand called Rehisk, and it's 24 inches. And the only reason I'm actually using this is because it definitely has to be over 30 hertz. I feel like it has to be a bare minimum of 60, which is good enough for the Nintendo Switch because it's only 30 FPS. So the monitor will do the job for sure. So we got 2 screws for the monitor stand, the actual monitor legs, a tiny stand. Plus you get an HDMI cable and of course the actual power cord. And here is the monitor. So it definitely is on the budget side, you can tell, but it doesn't mean it's that bad. So the bezels on the sides are actually very thin, which I do like a lot. It of course is a little bit bigger on the bottom, but that's normal on every monitor. Even on the back, it has these 4 screws here in case you want to mount it to a monitor stand, which is nice. And adding the monitor stands that come with these cheap monitors is super easy. Literally all you have to do is grab your little monitor arm, just slide it in, and it just clicks in place without any screws. And then for the bottom part, all you actually have to do is just slide it on, and then they did give us 2 screws to screw in. All right, they actually gave us 2 screws, but there's only 1 hole, so we only have to use 1. Okay, and just like that, our monitor is completely done. You can see it does have a little bit of adjustability with the tilt, but if you want to move it to side, it doesn't move it like that. You just have to kind of move the entire monitor itself, and unfortunately you cannot make it any higher or lower at all. You can only tilt it like up and down like that. So for the fan, you can see I do have it plugged into the side of like the docking station, and it has this little thing where you can kind of just like put it over the vent that's right over here. And if I put it over the vent, you can see if I power on just like that, it actually says 30, so I don't really know what that means, but I can actually feel a little bit of the air coming in. It does have a little bit of sound, but to be honest, it doesn't seem like it's cooling it all that much at all, and it won't even probably get more FPS anyways, so that fan is probably pretty much pointless. So even though I bought this entire setup, I'm pretty much completely limited to just using this Nintendo Switch controller. I also have the audio of the actual game going through the monitor, so honestly, the only good thing I actually bought for this setup was probably the monitor. That's literally it. I did test out these headphones as well, and they're actually not that bad, but yeah, you guys won't be able to hear any gameplay, so I'm not using it. But yeah, this thing is extremely, extremely limited, and it doesn't even matter that I'm in my creative map that doesn't have that much delay. It's just still like it's so bad. Yo, this is actually hard to play on. I don't even know how bad my aim is about to be, but let's go in an actual game, just attempt to try and get a win. Dude, look at how slow and glitchy the battle bus is in the top right. Everything is so low frame rate, it's actually insane. This is probably the worst like setup or gaming experience I've ever played on. Like, look at these trees. Like the Nintendo Switch legit cannot render it at all. I don't even know how Fortnite's like available on this. Look, there's not even railing on this. Oh my gosh. How do I pull out my pickaxe? Oh my gosh, I need something for my pickaxe. Okay, wait. All right, I actually need to get something for my pickaxe real quick, so I need to go back in my settings. I heard someone else inside of here. Please tell me he's bad. I just need like spam weapons. Like, this is perfect. What the? Yo. Cracked, dead. Oh my, dude, this is gonna be impossible to play on. Like, that was my best ability to try and kill someone, and I literally almost died to a bot. Dude, It's so hard. Come on. There we go. This is the hardest like gaming experience I've ever had. I don't even have my sprint turned on. So like I can't even sprint. I probably have to go in my settings for that. I'm not trying to be extremely picky, but if you guys can see, obviously I'm not screen recording the gameplay exactly, but if you guys can see, it honestly looks pretty blurry. Like it's not that smooth. Like the gameplay from a distance, it literally looks like blurry. It's really hard to see. I'm literally playing Claw on a Nintendo Switch controller. Like what is going on? I'm getting shot? Yo, 30, easy kill. Come on, dead. There's another kid over here too. I saw him. Yeah, there he is, there he is. What the? Oh, shoot. Okay, wait, this guy's not that bad at all. I can like just see he's not bad. Where's that guy landing back there? Oh, come on, give me this kill. Easy, 30. Oh, he's 1 HP, he's 1 HP, he's 1 HP. Please don't get sniped in the back. Oh yeah, buddy, no heals for you, bro. This is a real player, I can tell by the way he's moving. Easy kill. Dude, there's so much loot here. 5 others only. Yo, we're probably the best player in this lobby though, low key. Is this kid wearing a fish stick? Oh yeah, we're just gonna spam in this kid's box. This is an easy kill. He's 1 HP. He's 1 HP. He's literally 1 HP. Oh yeah, and the other kid's here too. Yeah, dead. All right, we just need to reload our mythic thing. I'm not even gonna try and hit a clip. I actually want to win this. Go like this. Come on. 50? Did he just shockwave in the zone? This kid loves shockwaves, dude. I don't care. I'm just gonna camp here and wait for you. He's literally outside his zone. How much you want to bet he has another shockwave too? Dude, this AR is so inaccurate. Yep, of course he has another shockwave. 30? Oh my gosh. Come on. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. Easy. How many shots did that take? That was like the longest fight of all time. So yeah, this was definitely kind of the hardest thing I've ever played on because it's 30 FPS. It was kind of blurry. At least I could play on a controller instead of the Joy-Cons, but I would not recommend this Nintendo Switch gaming setup. If you guys did watch all the way to the end of the video though, make sure to drop a sub. More importantly though, remember Jesus loves you, and that's about it. God bless.